So we now going to watch. We will go on board with headmate to start the race. See the flag flying there as the cars go out onto the first lap. Then car battling out. We've got a battle here between the Porsche, Lamborghini and the Mercedes. Bit of a battle raging. Three very different engine notes together. Almost trying to make it 3 wide into turn 1, and Julian Schroer almost loses it there. Michael Lindstrom Hatfield in a battle with Arthur Panzel, and I think it's Nick Clibbins who's ahead of him. This is in fact Billy Bob Ray. You can tell Nick Clibbins' car because he's got the blue wheels on his car. Billy with the black wheels. The Simtek Racing Lamborghini Huracan in a BMW sandwich at the moment. Michael looking for a way as they come into the final chicane to start the next lap. And having a look cost him a little bit of time there. Oh, and Billy Bob Ray spins the car, gets himself back into, and here we've got Jordan Surrey, Julian Schroer and us coming through. Once we're on our car with the VR46 livery, paying homage to the career of Valentino Rossi in MotoGP. Just to add that hope he has a long and happy retirement. He's been a legend of the MotoGP circuits for almost 30 years. 25 years, I'd imagine, 30 years of racing. There is Nick Clibbins chasing the Julian Schroer Mercedes. Schroer threw Nick Clibbins off. We go past, as does Jordan Surrett. So Nick spinning the car in avoidance. Now here comes his teammate to go past him. So the two Simtek cars running line astern now, although a gap between them. There's Julian Schroer still being chased by Nick Clibbins. Mistake by Julian that Nick spun, trying to avoid. The battle has commenced pretty quickly after the bout. Into the final chicane. Cars bouncing across the curbs. This does seem to be the battle of the race at the moment. And Julian fending off Nick for another lap. And Nick pretty heavily into the wall there, so hopefully that's not done too much damage to his car. It has given Nick some breathing space, and we see now whether he comes into the pit lane. He's down on the pit apron, he comes out of the corner towards the final chicane, and down the pit lane does go Nick Clibbins. Jordan Surrett has had a spin. There goes Julian Schroer past the stricken Porsche of Jordan Surrett. There's Billy Bobray with the other Simtek Lamborghini. And once again, we, at this point of the race, had a car breathing down on us pretty quickly. 55 car in P6, Billy Bobray chasing the number 27 VR46 entered car of Fiona Siddons. Billy almost into the wall on the outside of the circuit. It was this number 55 car at the point where he almost collected the wall there. In pre-practice he flipped the car right over the top of the wall. We, at this point, let Billy go. He was a lot past, no point in holding him up. And back on board with Nick Clibbins, who is back in the race, and P8 at the moment. Just after a week, just under a week after we set up the league, we have now today, at this moment in time of speaking, got 16 entries. Hopefully we'll get one or two more in the build up to next Friday's races. Show you down on the circuit. There's the blimp, and you can see the car. Nice view of the circuit to see, and that's the corner there. That's the wall what Nick has just gone past, where Billy Bob Ray flipped the car clean over the wall and into the other side part of the circuit. It looks like Billy Bob Ray there. Has he just made a mistake going into pit lane? I'm not sure. There you can see the circuit. Massive crowd watching the first ever couple of races from the BSR GT Championship cars. Following Nick from the blimp, and P3 at this moment in time is Ed May, fast talking commentator and also fast driving race driver in the GT3 car. And he is chasing down Julian Schroer's Mercedes at this point of the race. No, it's actually Michael Linscombe-Atfield, the car ahead of him, the other BMW. And Michael Linscombe-Atfield at this stage of the race leading the 45-minute race. This the feature race. One fuel stop has to be taken during the race. It is good that with the support of the BSR that we can run this GT3 series. In week 13 there will be a special event. I will live stream that from inside the car, so whilst I'm driving, if ever you see a live stream up from the iracing side of this, then don't feel ignored if I don't reply to you if you ask a question whilst I'm in the cockpit, because driving in virtual reality I can't physically see a screen or any chat. and Michael taking his pit stop as Ed May goes over the line and into the lead of the race. Arthur Bansal with his BMW, he at the moment is P5. If anybody is watching and they would like to race in the PSR GT3 Championship, if you check underneath this video, I have put a link to the league sign up. There are no rules set in stone at the moment, but once, if you join the, oh, and that's us spun there, and Arthur Bansal weaving his way past us. We have now got Julian Schroer going down the inside of Jordan Serrett's Porsche to come into the first chicane. It is good from up here in the blimp around the Charlotte Roval. Arthur Bansal also has made his way around the Porsche of Jordan Serrett, so chasing down the Mercedes of Julian Schroer. The one rule that will be coming in at the start of the autumn series is that whatever car you pick for week one of the championship, that is a car you are setting. You have to think of some form of penalty if somebody switches cars mid-season, some kind of points penalty or something to be deducted off at the end of the season. Probably take 100 points off them or disqualify them from the race that they use the different car from for the first time. If they then continue using that car, they are fine, but if they swap cars again, then they will get another DQ from a race. Possibly the best deterrent we can have to stopping them switching cars. And there we have a car spinning. That looks like one of the BMWs that has spun. That was possibly Arthur Bansal. Looking at the colour of the car as it was spun to the infield. We will flick over, and Michael Lipscomb Hatfield starting his 15th lap and running in P2 still, finished P2 in race 1. Consistent driving from Michael Lipscomb Hatfield. thing about being up here is you can see one or two other cars whilst they circulate as well. See there, the Jordan Sirit Porsche and our car, the VR46 Lambo in the shots as well. We will flick on to Nick Clivens with one of the Simtech Lambos, and Nick at the moment P6. There's the Michael Lynch, the backfield car, and the Mercedes of Julian Schroer there in the bottom of the screen as we followed Nick round onto the oval section of the circuit. These races, as we said in race 1, we race on a Friday night. Race 1 will be shown as a live replay, meaning you get the whole of the 20-minute sprint race followed by the whole of the 45-minute feature race. Thereafter, Ed May is still leading the race, he's still there, circulating around, and he's already on the lap that is about half distance of the race. It sounded like Jordan Sirit's Porsche in the background. Ed May bounce in the curbs, and once again a bit of a connection issue with the car. You can now hear the Mercedes rumbling along somewhere. And there it is, going up the banking as we follow the rapid commentator Ed May. Great to see him driving, as much as it is to hear him commentating on the MX-5s. Now we've got Arthur Panzel in front of Jordan Sirit, and then we are directly behind those two. We will just swap from the blimp to camera number 3. Here the Mercedes there going along the banking as we come through this twisty infield section. Or is there actually, have we got a Mercedes following on behind us somewhere? do think the Mercedes of all the cars is the best sounding. Oh, V8 rumble, and that behind us now is the leader of the race, Ed May, and Jordan Sirrett. Oh, and we've got nowhere to go. Ed May, and that has damaged our car and also damaged Ed May's car. So I think we will have a couple of cars to pit road very shortly. We will go on board with Ed May, and as you can see, definite damage to the car as he comes onto the banking. Will he stop on this lap? He has done 20 laps at the moment, getting somewhere near time to take the mandatory pit stop. Should be able to pit and take on enough fuel to get to the end of the race. No, he's not. Ed May is going round for another lap. We do go down the pit lane and take our stop for fuel. Nick Clivens now with the Simtek Lambo in P5. Doing it this way instead of as an onboard, it does give us a chance to show off all the drivers. There is Ed May. Is Ed coming to pit road on this lap? Comes down to the first chicane. Jumps the curves through the first chicane, heading out now towards the second chicane. And is he going to pit, or is he going to do another lap? Yes, Ed pops down the pit lane. He's going to take on his mandatory stop, get the car fixed and head away. Arthur Pamsel in P4 with the HP Invent Petrobras BMW. And quite how he drives the car as quickly as he does, using a controller. I've not got a clue. You wouldn't tell. The body language of the car doesn't indicate that there is a controller in action. Got to try and find it so instead of getting disqualified from the races and instead of an incident straight away, that we get a drive-through. 15 incidents and then every 10 after, I think. There's just see Michael Lynch come up, Fields BMW going through the other side of the wall as Arthur pops around. Next car in line once again is our VR46 Lamborghini. And we bounced over the curbs and set ourselves back off again. There is Julian Schroer in P3 with the Mercedes. Julian Schroer driving a nice steady race. Not seen him off track at all. He seems to have been pretty safely within track limits the whole of the race. It is rumoured that there is going to be rain coming to iRacing. Whether that will come in the autumn, the winter, or whether it will be for 2022, I am not sure on that. Julian on his merry way, 24th lap. Here is Michael Lynch-Matfield in P2 with the BMW. Michael, I think only Americans signed up to this series at the moment. We've got Julian Schroer, don't quote me on this, but I think is Austrian. Arthur Panzel is definitely Austrian. Three overseas drivers in a field of British drivers. At the moment we are on the 25th of 34 laps at the leader tape. Took in the 45 minutes. We will swap cars once more to Ed May, coming down to start the 26th lap with his BMW. And the BMW of Ed May not being incident free, but still leading the race quite comfortably. The one major incident we saw him have was when Jordan spun in front of our VR46 car and we couldn't avoid him and Ed couldn't avoid us. Unfortunate for Ed, but it coincided with his pit stop window, so he didn't lose too much time through that. We will come back and join Ed a little later into the race. We are now with Nick Clibbins in P5 with the Simtek Lamborghini. It's a beautiful car, that Lamborghini. Hopefully at some point during the season and through these test races we will see a Ferrari, a McLaren, Nick almost losing it there. A Ferrari, a McLaren and an Audi join the fray. It would be great to have some of those cars join in. But thus far, the few drivers we've got a pretty mixed field. Only the one Porsche, I think, what's circulating at the moment, but we've got 3 BMWs, 3 Ferraris, we had a couple of Mercedes, and possibly a couple of Porsches. Pretty well mixed grid of different cars. Back on with Mr. Controller himself, Arthur Panzel. Hopefully he doesn't mind us calling him that, Mr. Controller, because yeah, I was in awe of the way he drives not only the MX-5 but when he gets in fast cars like the GT3s. I mean, you look at that car, you would not think, looking from off board, that Arthur was using anything other than a wheel. Well, no, the fact that Arthur sits in his, either sits on his sofa or in his armchair with a laptop on his knee and a controller to do these races. Don't even, if he had a pull sim rig with top of the range wheels and pedals, I don't think he'd go any faster. Might be probably a little consistency gain, but I don't think he would find any more speed if he did go the wheel route. Michael into Mansfield on the 29th lap of the race. That Mercedes is still running, you can hear it rumbling along. Sounds like I've got one of the Lamborghinis not far away from us as well at this stage in the race. Go to TV camera 2. You can see from that shot that Michael's car has had contact either with another car or with a wall. The right hand front wheel arch is bent about. Michael, again, living proof that you don't need the most expensive stuff to go racing. He is on a Logitech wheel and pedals. What you would call definite entry-level wheel driving this car. Me and Jordan Sirrett are next up in line with the Thrustmaster T300s, and there is Julian Schroer once more running in P5 with the starting the 30th lap. Julian doing a grand job with the Mercedes. Different tyre companies in this as well. I know we've got Pirelli and I know we've got Michelin in the race. Won't seem long now before we have to find the rapid commentator Ed May, because he'll soon be. This is lap 30 for the Porsche, so Ed May won't be too long before he's starting his final lap. During a little sideways out of the chicane, but keeps it out of the wall. And the next car to watch is Ed May. He's on the 32nd. We will stay with Ed to the end of the race. Just lap 32 to complete, laps 33 and 34 to do, and he is already into the chicane, coming to the end. Oh, and he's in the wall. Ed May in the wall as he comes round to start his 33rd and penultimate lap of the race. Not been a clean race by any chance. He's had damage to the car, but rapid commentator Ed May, lap and a half from a first win in the BSR GT3 Championship class of cars here on a Friday evening. Now on the 34th and final lap of the race, already halfway around the final lap. We've lost Ed for the time being. This internet issue is going to be very difficult for Ed to overcome. I mean, it could well be that with his internet that Ed will probably retire from a race before too long. Here comes Ed out of the first chicane, heading onto the banking for the run to the second chicane. into the final chicane, through the chicane, bounces over the curbs and takes the flag. Michael Lindstrom Hatfield on his way to P2. He's coming round now to the final chicane. On the banking, down into the first chicane. We thought he's a bit further round than what he was, but there you have it. Second place BMW's first and second in the first feature race of the BSR GT3s. Michael bouncing the curbs, and over the curbs he goes. P3 BMWs 1, 2 and 3 as Arthur Punzel, and coming over the line in P4 is Nick Clivens. And that is all the cars that were running. Nick trying to do some donuts to finish the race, and there's another car going around. So we hope you enjoyed this first feature race, and the results are car number 107, Edward May BMW, wins it. The 718 BMW, Michael Lindstrom Hatfield, is in second. Third place, the number 420, Arthur Punzel, with the third of the BMWs. Fourth, car number 13, Nick Clivens, a Simtek Racing Lamborghini Huracan. In fifth place, car number 8, Julian Schroell, with the Mercedes AMG. In sixth place, 12 laps down at the flag, 27th, Fiona Siddons, with the VR46 Lamborghini Huracan. 7th, number 18, Jordan Sirrett with the Porsche 911, who was 17 laps down, and 27 laps down, Billy Bob Ray with the number 55, second of the Simtek Racing Lamborghini Huracans. So hope you join us again next week for more BSR GT3 action. More test races next week from Sebring. Be sure to join us for that. If you're new to this channel and you'd like to see more of what we do, please subscribe to the channel. If you give the bell a ring, it'll tell you when we do these races, when we do our farming, until you join us again next time. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.